Hello everybody, I'm Suman Matthews and today I will be showing you how to reduce a matrix to a normal form. This is a part of linear algebra in early college mathematics. So you will learn some basic matrix terminology. You will learn what is the echelon form of a matrix and how to reduce to a matrix to its echelon form. You will also learn about the normal form of a matrix. And given a matrix A, you will understand how to get two non-singular matrices P and Q such that PAQ is in the normal form. So we start with an introduction to matrices. Any matrix you denote by Aij, which has m rows and n columns, so you write it as an m by n matrix. We call it m by n, though it is written as m into n. So this is a row matrix which has just a single row. A matrix which has just one column is called a column matrix. This is an upper triangular matrix where the lower triangle is 0. This is a lower triangular matrix where the upper triangle is 0. This is a diagonal matrix. This is an identity matrix 1, 0, 0, 1 of order 2. This is identity matrix of order 3. And transpose of a matrix is denoted by A dash or A transpose. So we interchange the rows and columns. The first column becomes the first row, second column becomes the second row. And if number of columns of A is equal to the number of rows of B, only then you can multiply AB. So number of columns of the first has to be equal to the number of rows of the second. And in general, AB is not equal to BA. Now, a non-zero matrix A is said to be in row echelon form if all the zero rows are below the non-zero rows and the first non-zero entry in any non-zero row is 1. So you can see that all the zero rows are below and the first entry in any non-zero row is 1. And this is a normal form of a matrix. Either you write it like this or IR0 or IR000, where IR is the identity matrix of order R. If A is in the echelon form, then rank of A is number of non-zero rows of A. So coming to problems, find the rank of this matrix by reducing to the echelon form. So we try to make the entry in the first row, first column 1. So we do that by R1 plus R2. So you get 157 in the first row. Now if I do R3 minus R1, the third row becomes 0. And now if I do R2 plus R1, I get a 0 here. So you get this matrix 0, 7, 10 in the second row. I want to make this entry 1. So I divide the second row by 1 by 7. So this is your echelon form of the matrix. You can see that all the 0 rows are below and the first entry in every non-zero row is 1. So rank of this matrix is 2. Now find the rank of this matrix by reducing to the echelon form. This has 3 rows and 4 columns. So if I interchange the first and second row, this is what I get. And then I do R3 minus 2 times R1. And so you get this as 2. This becomes 0. 8 minus 3. 8 minus 6, 2. 13 minus 10, 3. 12 minus 8, 4, which is same as the second row, and then I do R3 minus R2, so I get this matrix with the third row 0. Now I want a 1 in the here, so I divide the first row by half, and this is what I get. I want a 1 here, so I divide the second row by half, and you get this. So this is your echelon form of the matrix, because all the 0 rows are below, and the first non-zero entry in every row is 1. So rank of this matrix is 2. Now convert this matrix to the normal form. To convert to the normal form, first perform elementary row operations and convert to the echelon form. Then perform elementary column operations and convert to the normal form. So if I do the elementary row operation interchanging R1 and R2, I get the first row as 1. And now if I do R2 plus 2 times R1, you get this as 0, 3, 3, 1. Now if I interchange R2 and R4, I get 0, 1, 1, 1 in the second row and 0, 3, 3, 1 in the fourth row. Now if you do R3, next operation is R3 minus R1, so that I get a 0 here, and that will give you this, so you have 0 here. Now I try to do R3 plus 2 times R2, so that you get some more zeros here, so you get it as 0, 0, and this will give you 2. Next, if we do R4 minus 3 times R2, R4 minus 3 times R2 will give you 0, 0, minus 2 in the last row, and R4 plus R3 will give you 0, 0, 0 in the last row. So now you can see that you only need to make this entry 1, and the only way you can do it is by doing half times R3. So you get this as your echelon form of the matrix. Now we apply column operations and convert it to the normal form. So I want to make these entries 0. So if I do C2 minus 2 times C1, C3 minus 3 times C1, and C4 minus C1, this is what I get. Now we try to make these two entries 0. So I do C3 minus C2, C4 minus C2, and we get this. Now basically I want a 1 here for it to be an identity matrix. So if I interchange the third column and the fourth column, this is what I get. So this is I3 0, 0, 0. So rank of A is 3, which is the normal form of the matrix. Next question. Find non-singular matrices P and Q such that PAQ is in the normal form, and hence find the rank of this matrix A. So we write this as identity matrix A into identity matrix because it's 3 by 3 and 3 by 3 here. If there were m rows, you put IM. If there were n columns, it will be IN. Now I try to make this to the identity form. So I do R2 minus R1 and R3 minus 3 times R1. So you get this as, and whatever row operations you are doing will be applied to P. This R3 minus 3 times R1. So this reduces to 1 0 0 minus 1 1 0 minus 3 0 1. Now if I do R3 minus R2, this row becomes 0, and you apply the same thing here. So you get it as the left hand side becomes this. Now I try to make this 0. So if I do C3 minus C2, you get a 0 here, and you apply the same thing to the matrix on the right. Now try to make this entry 1. This can be done by minus half times R2. So what's a row operation? So you will apply this to the matrix on the left. Now C2 minus C1 will give you a 0 here. So you apply it to this matrix on the right. So you get minus 1 1 0. Now this is the identity matrix. So you can say I2 0 0 equal to PAQ, where this is P and this is Q, and these are the non-singular matrices, and the rank of A is 2 because it's I2 0 0. So we have learned what is the echelon form and normal form of a matrix, how to convert a matrix to the echelon form and find its rank, and how to find two non-singular matrices P and Q so that PAQ is in the normal form. So you need to practice. That is the only way you can learn mathematics. So take a pen and paper and practice each step along with me. Thank you.